Mixture, which is a publication series. There's 4 series, and it sort of brings together a few things. It brings together staple diets and foods and recipes, and looking at these things that are equally Asian and Pacific, and sort of trying to complicate that a little bit more. It also looks at various waves of migration. So it looks at the population of the Pacific Islands by Austronesian people, and that first wave bringing over things like taro, foods that we now consider indigenous to our homelands, like Samoa, where I'm from. It also looks at a secondary wave of migration, which was the labour migration. So my grandmother's grandfather was a Chinese coolie labourer who worked in Samoa in the early 19th century, and they were brought over to work on the plantations. So there's sort of this these complicated layers of food and what food means to various people. And actually Taiwan is one of the largest export markets for New Zealand fruit. So there's sort of all these kind of waves of something that is incredibly human, like that we have to eat to survive every day, but then something wider than that. For the second body of work that was a part of the solo exhibition, Work Song, I wanted to look more at production and this idea of the plantation as an archive, and what that means. And so I made this new body of work, which is 3 blankets, which is ordered from Taipei in China, and I think that speaks a lot to the reliance of the rest of the world on labour and production. And so what got printed onto those was a plantation in Samoa, as well as images of Chinese coolie labourers. And those blankets themselves actually are really popular with the Pacific community back in New Zealand. These really thick, heavy, quite cheap to make blankets. So it was kind of like a nice little way of bringing all those things together.